Law enforcement officers have peaceful interactions every day, but sometimes those cops make deadly mistakes.
Stop here, you taste!
On the night of February 18th, 2023, Larimer County, Colorado Sheriff's Deputy Lorenzo Lujan spotted 28-year-old Brent Thompson driving erratically through a hotel parking lot. After running the Ford Fusion's plates and learning it had an expired registration, Deputy Lujan followed Thompson before initiating a stop on the northbound ramp of I-25. There, he learned that Thompson's driver's license had been revoked, and he was deemed a habitual traffic offender. But after giving the deputy the fake name Jacob Jones and being asked to exit the vehicle, Thompson showed he'd rather flee than face justice.
Why don't you give me the right name?
It is the right name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Brent, I know. So right now you're under arrest.
Stop here, you taste! Stop!
Deputy Lujan threatens to deploy his taser on the unarmed Thompson as he chases him across the median. He then makes good on his threat at the worst possible moment, just as Thompson is running into oncoming traffic. Thompson collapses onto the pavement as a Ford Explorer traveling at 70 miles per hour comes barreling toward him. Thompson's ran over by the Ford Explorer and suffers critical injuries. Deputy Lujan then handcuffs the unconscious and bleeding man, turning him over multiple times as he does so. In cases of suspected critical injuries, it's crucial to avoid moving the victim in order to prevent further harm. By doing this, Deputy Lujan is worsening Thompson's condition and hastening his eventual death.
I don't understand it. I never will. That's why we're bringing the lawsuit. I'd like some justice for Brent, justice for my son.
Thompson's family filed a lawsuit against Larimer County for the death of their son, who had struggled with and was afraid of suffering the painful effects of withdrawal in jail. They were awarded $5 million.
Legally, though tragically Mr. Thompson died in this case, it was not a deadly physical force case as Colorado law defines it.
But despite Deputy Lujan's deadly mistake, Larimer County DA Gordon McLaughlin declined to press charges. A deputy causing a suspect to be run over by an SUV is insane. But what happens when they don't even have the right house?
Police department.
Hey, let's go!
On the night of April 5th, 2023, police in Farmington, New Mexico, arrive at a suburban home in response to a domestic violence call. But little do they know that they're at the wrong house, and 52-year-old resident Robert Dotson has no issues defending himself.
Farmington police. Is this not 5308? That's what it said right there, right?
No, it's 5305, isn't it?
108, can you 10-9 the address?
5308 Valley View Avenue, had a confidence factor.
Don't tell me I'm wrong. Oh, shit.
The officers finally realize that the house they're supposed to be at is 5308, which is across the street. But when the resident of 5305 appears at the door with his gun, it proves far too late.
Hey.
Shots fired, shots fired!
1033
Yeah, you good? You good? Back up, back up, back up. Check yourself, check yourself.
Robert's blinded by the officer's flashlights as he exits the house with his gun. The officers immediately open fire, striking him 12 times. He died on the scene, but when Robert's wife comes out armed and ready to stand her ground, even more bullets begin to fly.
Hands up!
Please don't.
Police fire another 19 times at Robert's wife, Kimberly, who is miraculously unharmed during the incident. They later claimed that she opened fire on them with the gun she was holding. With her house seemingly under attack, the couple's daughter calls 911.
There were gunshots in my house and my dad is shot. You heard gunshots and then what? My mom was screaming and she was saying like, oh my God, screaming, oh my God.
The chief of police apologized and the officers involved were placed on administrative leave, but no charges were ever filed.
I'm extremely remorseful over the whole event, and I extend nothing but my deepest condolences to the Dotson family.
The Dotson family would later file a lawsuit against the department, claiming that the police did not announce themselves and Mr. Dotson had no idea who was in his yard shining bright lights at him.
Not only took away my husband, my best friend, my soulmate, but you took away numerous children's father and my grandpa, my grandbaby's papa.
If you think cops going to the wrong house is bad, wait until you see the ones in our next case to turn a hostage situation into a massacre.
Ceasefire! Stop!
Stop!
He put the gun up to the kid and we shot him. And then everyone fired.
Just make sure nobody talks right now about anything, okay?
Yeah.
Cameras off.
Got it.
On November 3rd, 2020, two housekeepers entered the apartment of 39-year-old Diane Hawatmi, who was living peacefully with her two kids, 16-year-old Yasmin and 12-year-old Joseph. The shift started out normal with the housekeepers cleaning the master bedroom, kitchen, and living areas. But in mere moments, things would turn horrific as an unknown male would burst into the home with a handgun and threaten the family. While running into the bathroom to hide, one of the housekeepers heard screaming and multiple gunshots. When the coast was clear, she made a frantic 911 call.
Okay, tell me exactly what's happening.
I don't know. I heard gunshots, so I jumped out of bed and came next door, and now she's laying here. She can't breathe. I can hear choking on her blood.
Okay, and is she outside or inside?
She's in her doorway. There's blood everywhere.
Has she been shot?
Yes, I'm assuming that she's been shot. I can't tell. Her head is bleeding.
Is she talking to you?
Someone else in there? I hear you. Somebody else is inside, but I don't know if I can walk in. I hear you. She's screaming, help her. Are you in here? You can't move? Were you shot too?
After stepping out of the bathroom, the caller sees Yasmin severely injured in the doorway and then spots two more victims, Diane and her fellow co-worker, 33-year-old Veronica Muniz.
Oh my God, there's somebody else here.
Okay.
There's somebody else on the floor.
Okay, are they bleeding?
Yes, they're dead. I'm sure they're dead.
Moments earlier, a resident in a nearby apartment heard a female screaming and someone running up the stairs. And after hearing gunshots, they looked out the window to see the suspect, 38-year-old Jason Neo Bourne, walking out of the apartment complex with a young boy in a headlock. Soon after, the resident ran to the office to contact police.
Okay, did anyone see where the person went with the gunshot who was shooting?
One of our neighbors said that he had a kid with him.
The guy who was shooting?
A Hispanic kid and an older black guy. My neighbor seen it.
Henderson police quickly arrived to find Diane and Veronica deceased, Yasmin mortally wounded, and Joseph missing.
Stay awake, please. Please stay awake for me. Hey, you know who did this? Do you know him? What is his name? You don't know him? Okay. Have you seen him around here before?
Yes. Did he come in a black Escalade?
I know he's walking.
Inside building 13. It's going to be on the 3rd floor. It takes south.
Officers try to get information about the suspect from Yasmin, but she's unable to help them. Luckily, the nearby neighbor that witnessed the event was able to identify the suspect's car, a black Cadillac Escalade, which is soon spotted parked in the area. After it's confirmed to be the suspect, officers rush to the scene in a desperate attempt to rescue Joseph.
Let me see your hands! Both of you!
Got it.
Put your hands up! Exit the vehicle!
Who is the balcony? I got it.
No, the balcony cannot see me. Driver! Driver! Control Center 37, this vehicle is going to be involved. It is going to be the suspect. I see a 12-year-old in the passenger seat. I see hands of the driver and the child. Keep the air clear. Line up. Line up. Line up.
I do not have the kid in my sights.
Cover.
Okay.
Cover.
Just don't want to get the kid, Sarge.
Sir, step out of the vehicle. Let's just talk. Let me see your hands, sir.
237, we have already activated SWAT 15.
I'm already activated.
Just talk to him. See if he'll roll down the window. Just see if he'll roll down the window. Okay.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. Duffy, take a deep breath. You have your sights on?
Duffy, he's just rambling, telling the 12-year-old to answer the phone.
Okay, Duffy, if we see the gun, we're using we're using lethal force. Take a step to the side if we need to. We can go a little bit left. Give me that shield, Jesse. Take the shot if you have it, and do not hit that. Please fire! Stop! Stop! He's down! He's down!
We need that kid!
He's down!
Oh yeah, he's done. He's done. He's done. He's done.
The driver is dead. I see him. Come around.
While it may briefly appear that this was a clear resolution to the crisis, it soon becomes evident that this is not the case at all.
Kid's hit! Kid's hit!
Pull the kid out! Pull the kid out! Pull the kid out!
It's locked!
Hey, the guy's still on!
Get out the way!
He's still on! Look out! Hey, the driver's still moving!
Get out! Get out! Get out! No! Get out! Get the kid out!
Get the kid out! Get it out! Come on!
Break the window! Hey, move!
Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, bro.
We just need to get the kid.
Come on. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. We go. Bro, we need. Hold him up.
Get him out of the way!
Let's move over here.
But at least one sergeant expresses dissatisfaction with how this situation played out.
No, because we took a headshot and you guys opened fire from behind.
No, I didn't.
See the other side? Oh, brain matter?
Oh,
Yeah, you can see it right here.
Yeah. He's done. He's done.
Bourne is shot multiple more times and dies on the scene. And while officers do begin CPR on Joseph, he too expires from his injuries. The questions about who is responsible for Joseph's death still remain unanswered. The Henderson Police Department has not publicly confirmed whether any of the 27 bullets they fired that day struck him. The Clark County District Attorney's Office released a notice approximately 3 months later, stating that none of the officers would face criminal charges.
He put the gun up to the kid and we shot him. And then everyone fired.
Did you shoot at all? Did you shoot?
I did not.
Okay. If you guys shoot, I want you guys to go over there for me, okay?
Rifle over there. I told the chick Jesse's spot.
What's that now?
I did dump my rifle at James.
Don't worry about any of that over there.
Can you just hear them? Because they're my training.
Did you shoot at all?
No, sir. Real quick.
Okay. I tell you what.
Oh, you covered. Or stay with me.
Just
That's
stay
fine.
with you right now.
Okay.
But as
You want me
long
to tape?
just make sure nobody talks right now about anything,
Got
okay?
it. Yeah.
Cameras off.
Got it.
And that's because you shoot it off. Make sure your camera's off. Did you shoot? Cameras off.
Cameras off.
Okay.
Were you able to determine who you believe to be responsible for those gunshot wounds?
Yes, the investigation revealed that we believe Jason Bourne was responsible for those gunshot wounds.
Are you 100% sure that the police didn't kill the boy?
The detective is 100% sure, it sounds like.
Unloading your semi-automatic rifle into a car with a child hostage is one thing, but wait until you see the man who was only trying to get to the hospital and was nearly shot and killed by a crazy cop on his way. On the morning of September 12th, 2024, in Bowie, Maryland, Sergeant Robert Warrington spots a white SUV parked on Collington Road near Route 50. But as he pulls over to check on the vehicle, he finds an injured man on his way to the hospital. His injuries aren't life-threatening, but the sergeant soon makes sure of that.
How you doing? You know her? You here to help her? Are you here to help her?
Nah, she taking me to the hospital.
Come here. You got a gun.
What'd I do?
You got a gun.
I don't have a gun.
No!
What did you do?
210. 210. Start me another unit.
The unarmed man holds onto his bleeding stomach as he walks back to his girlfriend and children in the SUV. But as his hat begins to blow away in the wind, Sergeant Warrington inexplicably draws his guns and fires. The shot misses the man but strikes a passing minivan. Thankfully, no one was harmed.
Why did your officer shoot at me for no reason?
Did you want them to step your hand up?
Yes, sir.
All right.
But Sergeant Warrington would soon suffer the consequences for his reckless actions.
The department says a 12-year veteran is now facing criminal charges
For shooting at a stranded driver last month.
So today, I'm here to announce that a grand jury in Prince George's County returned an indictment charging Sergeant Robert Warrington of the Bowie City Police Department with 1 count of attempted second-degree murder, 1 count of first-degree assault, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and 1 count of misconduct in office.
6 weeks later, a grand jury indicted Sergeant Warrington on charges of attempted second-degree murder and reckless endangerment. If convicted, he faces up to 30 years in prison. While making the wrong choice in the heat of the moment is bad, the 2 cops in our next case seem downright evil.
Breathing? Yeah, he's snoring. Agonal breathing? Yep.
Let's cruise around and come back.
On the evening of September 10th, 2023, St. Louis officers Ty Warren and Austin Frazier respond to a 911 call from a man saying he was about to shoot himself in Forest Park. But as they arrive, they find that 29-year-old Urayoan Rodriguez-Rivera has already followed through with the threat.
Damn, right there.
While there's no gun at the scene, Urayoan has been shot in the head and is experiencing what is known as agonal breathing, which often indicates that someone is suffering from a severe medical emergency like cardiac arrest. But instead of calling for help or offering aid, Officer Frazier has a different idea. Since their shifts are almost over, why not just leave the man to die?
Let's cruise around and come back.
Never requesting medical assistance, Officers Warren and Frazier now drive around the area for the next 10 minutes as more officers arrive on scene.
Have EMS respond for 1 subject, not conscious but breathing, barely.
Looks like it's on the right side of his head. Breathing? Yeah, he's snoring. Agonal breathing? Yep. Yeah. You have a gun? Can't find. Can't see one.
Officers Warren and Frazier eventually return to the scene, shockingly, acting as if this is the first time they've been there. As more officers arrive on scene to search for the missing gun, Urayoan is taken to the hospital. He later dies of his injury. After local station KMOV obtained the body cam footage, the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department was forced to give a statement. The 2 individuals are no longer employed by the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. While we are unable to comment on specific personnel matters, SLMPD holds its officers to the highest of standards. Officer Warren and Frazier's police licenses have since been revoked, and the gun was never found. As evil as these cops were, what about the deputies who went to a residence to investigate a possible burglary and ended up shooting the person living there instead? In the early morning hours of February 23, 2024, in Houston, Texas, 28-year-old Eboni Pouncy and a friend return to the friend's apartment when they realize they've forgotten their keys. It's too late at night to call a locksmith, and faced with being stuck out in the cold, they break a window in order to get in. But when a concerned neighbor calls police and 2 Harris County deputies arrive, tragedy soon strikes.
No, but let's go up there. Try the cell phone channel.
I'm going to tell you check it right check it out.
Sheriff's office!
The deputies approach the apartment, noting the window has been broken and the screen removed. They announce their presence, but Eboni and her friend are watching TV and don't hear them. All they heard was a sound at the door, and before Eboni goes to answer this strange late-night knock, she understandably grabs a gun. officers spot Eboni with her gun and immediately open fire, completely emptying their clips twice as they shoot to kill. Eboni is struck 5 times, including twice in the chest.
Where's that? Go down, go down. Go down. Charles Club, we need people, shots fired.
Eboni survived her injuries after undergoing life-saving surgery. Pending an investigation, the deputies involved were placed on administrative leave.
And then I realized there was something coming through the apartment. I thought it was something outside.
In a statement, her attorney Ben Crump said that it's his deepest hope that proper justice will be served, and the deputies will be held accountable for the excruciating experience that Eboni continues to endure.
I'm traumatized. I'm heartbroken. I feel stripped of my identity. I would like for them to not just be placed on administrative leave. I don't think they deserve to have badges.
Reckless cops shooting you without thinking is bad, but in our next video, a lieutenant misses a morning briefing and ends up shooting his own undercover detective.
Good! Oh, that was Jacob!
On January 9th, 2015, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, detectives Jacob Grant and Holly Garcia are operating an undercover sting operation on 2 suspected drug dealers in an unmarked police car. After pulling into a McDonald's parking lot and making the deal, the detectives hold the dealers at gunpoint while awaiting backup. But unfortunately, their backup is their boss, Lieutenant Greg Brachle, who skipped the morning briefing and has no idea what he's walking into.
Hands up! Hands up! Passenger, get your hands up! Put your hands where I can see them! Put your hands where I can see them! Good! 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 Get out!
Because Lieutenant Brachle missed the briefing, he doesn't know who's sitting where in the unmarked police vehicle or what they're wearing. All he sees is Detective Grant holding the gun, and instead of thinking through the situation, he shoots him 8 times at point-blank range.
Howie, back out! Oh, that was Jacob! Me! Are you okay? Come on out, dude! Come on, I'm sorry, man! I didn't know it was you! Come here! Come here, Jacob! Jacob was shot! Order 365! Jacob, are you there, man? Get one of the back! Get the back! Jacob, man, are you there, bro? I thought you were a bad guy!
And this is the moment Lieutenant Brachle realizes he's screwed up. The .45 caliber hollow point rounds tore into every one of Detective Grant's major organs except his brain and heart. As Lieutenant Brachle scrambles to save his friend's life, he eventually loses 80% of his blood and suffers temporary blindness as a result of his massive injury.
You got hit in the leg! I'm sorry, man! You're gonna be okay, dude! You're gonna be okay! You're gonna be alright, dude. You're gonna be alright. Keep breathing, Jacob, man! You're gonna be okay! I'm sorry, bro! I thought he was a bad guy! Where else? Right here. Hang in there, buddy! Do we think it's all abdomen? I love you, man! Hang in there! Is it all abdomen? All abdomen! Left arm!
Detective Grant survived his injuries after undergoing multiple surgeries, but will most likely undergo many more. After medically retiring and filing a lawsuit against the city of Albuquerque, he received a reported settlement of $6.5 million and a lifetime coverage for medical expenses. I actually felt every round as it impacted my body, Detective Grant said. I knew without going into detail exactly what was happening to me that moment. The complaint alleged that Lieutenant Brachle heard the details of the operation on his radio while en route to the scene that day, including that the 2 suspects were of a different race than the detectives. He also knew that officers always sit behind the driver during an undercover bust. And Detective Grant always wore the same clothes during stings. No charges were filed, and Lieutenant Brachle retired days before the Police Oversight Board recommended he be fired for violating numerous policies. The bust was for $60 worth of... Shooting your own detective is bad, but wait until you see the cop who chased a fleeing cyclist into a seriously hot situation. In the early morning hours of October 13th, 2022, in Little Rock, Arkansas, State Trooper Joseph Killian pursues 38-year-old Christopher Gaylor as he reaches speeds upward of 120 miles per hour on his motorcycle.
Copy, coming out of our leaving. Taking 152. Taking 152 exit.
Trooper Killian continues to pursue Gaylor as he exits the highway, where the chase continues through a residential neighborhood.
Coming up on Highway 176. Coming out on 176. He's driving in the oncoming lanes, back on the eastbound side on Highway 176. We're westbound, coming up on Allen Street. Westbound on Allen? 10-4, Allen and Chandler. We're taking Chandler Street right now. He's on foot. He crashed.
Gaylor abandons the bike and begins fleeing on foot. Killian is hot on his trail with his taser at the ready, but little does he know that Gaylor's backpack contains a gallon of very flammable gasoline.
Get on the ground! I'll shoot you. He's on fire! He's on fire! Get extinguisher! Extinguisher! Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your left hand behind your back. None of us can. Put your hands behind your back.
After being put out and placed in cuffs, Gaylor was hospitalized for his injuries before being charged with fleeing police, failure to register a vehicle, no insurance, driving with a suspended license, and reckless driving. He eventually pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 7 years probation. Trooper Killian was cleared of any wrongdoing. While nearly burning a suspect alive is insane, how does it compare to the officer who mistook an acorn falling on his car for a gunshot?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
On the morning of November 12th, 2023, in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, Okaloosa County deputies respond to an apartment complex where Marquis Jackson is suspected of stealing his girlfriend's car. But even though Jackson's already been searched, handcuffed, and placed in a patrol vehicle, Deputy Jesse Hernandez is jumping.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Get out! I'm hit! What? I'm hit! In the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
As Deputy Hernandez walks up to the vehicle containing Jackson, an acorn falls on the roof. He somehow interprets this as a gunshot from inside the vehicle and ducks for cover. Believing he's been shot, he unloads his weapon into the back of the vehicle. The unarmed Jackson was luckily unharmed in the incident.
I don't know. I might have hit my vest. I don't know. It felt like it.
Hernandez told investigators he heard what he believed was a suppressed weapon and felt an impact on his right upper torso area. His use of force was later determined to violate the policy regarding excessive use of control to resistance, and he later resigned from his position. As for Jackson, he was left forever changed by the incident. "I was blessed not to get hurt physically. Mentally, I'm not okay," he said. "I haven't been the same since, and I don't think this feeling will ever change. I truly believe I'm damaged for life."